This is Jeep's new Avenger. It's a well-packaged small SUV that's perfect for local runs, trips to the beach and hiking days out. The brand name and design is well known, and now that it's in electric form, we look at how, with proven underpinnings from cars such as the E2008, the Jeep name will continue to strive forward. Even using parts taken from other cars, driving it doesn't necessarily feel like a traditional Jeep, yet it's not the same as a Peugeot either. It's not really a full off-roader, even though it has the looks of one. That extra bit of bumper cladding will come in more useful in ding-heavy supermarket car parks than it might if it were always in the wilderness of off-road tracks. If you're looking at the Jeep, but perhaps find yourself needing more of an all-weather car, you could wait until later next year when the all-wheel drive version Avenger will be available. The compact SUV segment is one of the most sought after in Europe, and Jeep is moving forward rapidly to catch up to the market leaders with the Avenger, which now has an immense catalogue of mechanicals, platforms and tech to pick and choose from via its parent company Stellantis. While the Avenger may look big in photos, it's the smallest model in the Jeep range. It comes with a 54 kWh battery for a maximum range of up to 400 km using Stellantis' most up-to-date battery technology. The Avenger's 100 kW maximum charging speed tops up from 20 to 80% in just 24 minutes. If you leave it to charge overnight, it takes around 7 hours. In the boot, there's 380 litres and it has a wide opening which makes it easy to get pets, boxes or odd-shaped items in. A couple of times the auto boot open forced us to use the manual push to close it, but perhaps this was more down to previous users forgetting it was an auto boot close and they forced it to close, which doesn't do much good for the mechanicals. And there's even more space with around 34 litres of storage in the front of the cabin, which always comes in handy, specifically during day trips out. There's a cleverly hidden cubby on the central tunnel below the hotkeys, which you can hide valuables under a magnetic style flip cover. There's plenty of space in there, and in this top spec version there's a wireless phone charger, which won't show your phone to any prying eyes if you leave it behind. And importantly, the design and layout of the interior switches are well thought out and they're user friendly. They haven't just been placed on the dash using CAD software without ever really testing it in real life. To brighten things up a little, you can spec the colour of the dash to match the outside too. And although one area of the design seems to have escaped them, and apart from the stereo, which is rather good, it's the sound of the indicators, which is an odd mix of Roland TR-808 and metronome. The infotainment system has been slightly tweaked from other Stellantis vehicles. There's not much in the way of graphics design, but it has a similar look to the Sync 4 system you get in Fords. You do get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and it connects seamlessly. Thankfully and importantly, the safety systems don't interfere unless genuinely required, and the climate controls sit on a row of piano-style buttons underneath the main display, which are easy to access without taking the driver's attention away from what's happening on the road ahead. Entry-level models come with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto LED lights, 16-inch alloys and climate control. Next level up has a bigger digital dash, 17-inch alloys, keyless entry, power tailgate, interior trim selections with the extra USB port at the rear. Top spec comes with 360 parking sensors, level 2 autonomous driving, 18-inch two-tone alloys, heated seats, decent quality reversing camera and an auto tailgate with kick to open function. Jeeps have often compromised on on-road capability, with a leaning towards a very American style of comfort and dynamics. With the Avenger, it has a better dynamic ability, with the battery placement giving it a low centre of gravity, and even though it has quite a bit of ground clearance, there's not much of a top-heavy feeling. When it's windy on the motorway, you do notice the height and boxiness that little bit more, however. The available 154 brake horsepower pull makes it easy to cut through gridlock. And if you find yourself in the city with the only space available that others couldn't make it into, the Avenger is extremely adept at getting right in there as easily as possible. Jeep has made the range of 400 kilometers possible via the use of brake regeneration. It's best used in traffic that is congested and stop-start. You get 4 driving modes: Eco, Normal, Sport and Sand, as well as a hill descent system, which you can switch easily between using the toggle on the centre console. Here's the main menu screen. It's fairly simplistic. The graphics could do with a little bit of a flourish, a bit of design, extra design wouldn't go astray. It works reasonably well. You've got your home buttons here and here as well for shortcuts. And then the best thing of all is you've got buttons for your aircon control, fan speed, and you can just turn it off, temperature, everything there, which is so nice to see. You can see your speed, you can see your energy regen in this corner over here. You've got simple buttons for your cruise control, easy to activate, nothing's hidden behind here as you get in some manufacturers. Speed limits, you can just set it quite easily here, Jeep logo, and then you've got your volume control, phone control and menu access here. Also, this array of buttons are your, instead of your gear selector, you've got park, reverse, neutral, drive and regenerative braking. Under here you have an extra cubby, which is nicely hidden. You've got a wireless charging pad just here. You also have USB-C access points there. I've got some wires and cables thrown in. Nicely folds over, E logo. And here's your Sport and Sand and Eco, and then you've got your cup holders in here, which I've used for my sunglasses and a few bits. So here are the cup holders, you can adjust them as well. I put 2 big cups in there today and they worked wonderful. While the Jeep Avenger certainly meets the class standards of range and charging capability, it doesn't quite inherit the off-road capability of its grandparents. It's nippy, small, stylish, and should do well in an urban setting with fun day out aspirations.